Next, we have Jennifer Gibner Donato, a 1992 graduate of Dunkirk High School. She was an outstanding athlete for the Marauders on the basketball court and the softball field. Although she will tell you straight up that she hated running as a conditioning program, but as the years went by, that all changed at the age of 35 when she started running for some exercise. It was then that she entered her first marathon in Las Vegas just to see how she would do, and to come to find out she loved running and wanted to improve her times. It's amazing how your outlook on something can change when you want to do it as opposed to having to do it. Jennifer was the first woman in the world to complete 4 Abbott World Marathon majors, consisting of 6 26-mile races held in Tokyo, Boston, London, Chicago, Berlin, and New York. And in 2018 was the first woman to complete all 6 Abbott majors in the same year. She now has 61 marathons to her credit. She has competed in Tokyo 4 times, Boston 11 times, London 7 times, Berlin 4 times, Chicago 8 times, and the New York City Marathon 11 times. She had the privilege of representing the United States at the Sydney, Australia Marathon in 2024, coupled with 5 Abbott races. It has earned her membership into the Abbott World Marathon Major 7 Stars Hall of Fame. And tonight I am pleased to introduce Jennifer Gibner Donato as a member of the class of 2026.
First, I want to say thank you for recognizing me and having me here. It's going to be a little bit more of a difficult night for me. My mom passed away 2 days ago. So she was so happy for me and wanted me to be here. Up until last week, she was still telling the doctors about all my marathoning and how wonderful I was and all the good things about me. And the doctor shaking my hand, oh, I know somebody famous. So she would talk to anybody that would listen about how wonderful I was. And growing up, listening to the previous story about childhood, and I think our parents are just there and dedicated. My dad he was the athlete of the family, and he would take me over to the college, and we'd run up and down the hills. I didn't love running, and I have coaches here that can testify to that. It was, like I said, when I was 35, I did a marathon for fun, and thought, well, I think I ran a 4:32, and Oprah ran a 4:30. I'm like, there's no way that Oprah can run faster than me. I have to do better. So the next year, I had thought about, I'm not going to tell anybody. I'm just going to get myself together and do a program of my own. So I got on the internet. I found a program, and I had my husband take me that morning. We drove up to Erie, Pennsylvania. I didn't know how I was going to do. The previous one was 4:32. I crossed at 3:27 this time, so I bettered my time by an hour. And the woman came over to me and she goes, do you know that you just qualified for Boston? And I said, I had no idea. And that kind of lit the flame in me. So I ran the Boston Marathon in 2012. That was my first major. And after that, I decided that I want to run them all. I knew Boston was the big one, and then New York was the next big one on my list. Until that time, I had never traveled out of the country besides Canada. I'd never been to New York City. So when I went to New York City, I went for the first time to do the marathon, and that was in 2013. I got to Times Square, and I said to the cop, where's Times Square? He's like, you're here, baby. So I had no idea, the big lights and all that. So I just felt like a little girl in this, learning all about the world. And after I did New York, I had met a girl, and we both wanted to do our first 6-star. And at that time, there were less than 2,000 people in the world that had the Abbott 6-star medal. So that was a big deal for us because we had never traveled. And here we did Boston and New York, and now we're going to go to Berlin and London and Tokyo. And we did it. We went and we earned our first 6-star medal in 2017 together. And after I earned that first 6-star medal, I thought, what can I do now? That was such a big deal. I wanted another goal. And so in 2018, I thought, why not do them all in 1 year? And it's not just signing up. You have to qualify for the races. And so I qualified, and I entered all the races. And when I ran Tokyo in 2018, I qualified for Tokyo 2019. So I thought, well, how can I not go back to Tokyo again? So that was my third Abbott 6-star medal. When I received my third Abbott 6-star medal, I was the first woman in the world to have done that. So that was pretty incredible to me. After that, I had met a girl at the local gym, and we had actually gone to high school together, and we got talking, and she was like, oh, you know, you run, I run, you know, maybe we can run together. And I'm like, oh, I don't really like running with people, but okay. And we were pretty much similar, so then I started talking her into the Abbott series, and we completed her first in my fourth last March. So I have 4 now. I don't know if I'm finished or not, but they are very addicting to me. And this year I'll be representing the United States in Cape Town, Africa. So that'll be coming in May, and I'll be representing my age group out of all the countries in the world. So it makes me proud to be able to represent. I never thought I'd be, you know, in this position, but running became a big part of my life. And, you know, my mom, I wish she was here because, you know, the night that Randy called me, I can remember, she hasn't been healthy for a while, but I called my dad right after I got off the phone with Randy. And I told him, and I could hear my mom in the background saying, you know, she was so happy. And then she normally wouldn't call, and all of a sudden I got a call back, and it said Mom on the phone. And she's like, I'm going to be there with you on that night. And she really couldn't get around. So she's like, I want you to be there. I can't wait. And she kept talking about it, even up until last week when she was in the hospital. I want to be there with you. And the night before she passed away, I said I didn't want to come. I couldn't be here. And she said, I'll be there with you. You need to go. So I just want to say, you know, I'm dedicating this award to my mom tonight. But I can't really see, so I don't even know. My eyes. First, I want to thank all of you here for inducting me into the Hall of Fame. I really can't see right now, I'm sorry. Being inducted into the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame is an absolute honor, and honestly, something I never imagined when I first laced up my running shoes. To be recognized in a place that shaped who I am among so many athletes I admire is both humbling and deeply meaningful. Running has given me so much more than finish lines or times on a clock. It has taught me discipline, resilience, patience, and belief, especially on the days when belief was hard to find. Like most journeys we're taking, mine was never a straight line. There were setbacks, injuries, disappointments, and moments of doubt. But there were also breakthroughs, joys, unforgettable memories, and a community that supported me and never let me quit. I want to thank my family first. Your unwavering support through early mornings, long runs, travel, missed holidays, and countless races have meant everything to me. You believed in me even when I didn't always believe in myself. Your encouragement, sacrifices, and love carried me through the toughest miles, and I would not be here tonight without you. To my friends, thank you for cheering me on, tracking races, showing up at finish lines, and celebrating every moment, big or small. You remind me that running is never just an individual sport. The miles are easier, and the victories are sweeter when they're shared. I remember when I first started running, I would walk a little bit with my husband at night, and we would see runners, and I'd say, now that's a real runner. And I would always say that when I saw a runner, and then he said to me, what are you? And I'm like, he's like, I don't see them earning all these 6 stars. So it was funny that I would always say that to him, and he, you know, I never felt like a real runner. I guess I look at other runners and think, wow, that's a real runner. So it's hard to kind of get in my mind sometimes that I am too. I also want to thank my coaches, mentors, teammates, and running community that surround me throughout my career. You pushed me to be better, held me accountable, and reminded me why I fell in love with this sport in the first place. Chautauqua County has always been my home, and the sport I feel here followed me wherever running took me. I would also like to thank Pine Valley Central School District, where I've been employed for 26 years. Their unwavering support and encouragement throughout my journey has meant so much to me. Sharing stories and cultural experiences from my travels with my students has been one of the greatest joys of my career. This honor is not just a reflection of my effort, but of everyone who ran beside me literally and figuratively along the way. From training partners and teammates to family, friends, and mentors, each person played a crucial role in pushing me forward, lifting me up, and celebrating each milestone. I would not be standing here today without the constant support and belief. My advice to anyone chasing a goal, whether it's in sports or in life, keep showing up, trust the process, lean on your people, and never underestimate how far persistence and heart can carry you. Thank you again, Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame, for this wonderful recognition. I am truly grateful, honored, and proud to be a part of this legacy. And congratulations to all the other inductees tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Jen.
Thank you.